Yeah. Take me right there. Yeah.
Legendary.
Right. Why? OJ. Yeah.
A dedication.
Yeah. Young Red. Why?
The marathon
Hold it, what up?
continues.
Quay. Da.
DJ Drama.
Count this dough up, call my name, gon' show up. Young, pop the toe up, quarter pint, soda. Now, picture me rolling. My V12 is twin turbo. Fuck with that Gallardo, but the Rory I prefer though.
We was raised different. It was no excuses for your age. Ain't no excuses, nigga. I stick to the script. It's not a page missing. But it's no love in the streets. It's just some pain in it. But I was made in it. Yeah, we was raised different. You can't see the track when you still caged in it. Hell no. I stick to the script. It's not a page missing. But it's no love in the streets. It's just some pain in it. But I was made in it.
They buried take off today. Let me pay my respects. Plus it's Dolph's anniversary. You just don't be next. And young Kyrie, them folks them fuck with his check. Or go out like yeah and lose it all by respect. Now how you wanna play it? Cause it's all in the game. You motherfuckers saw what happened to light skinned Jermaine. You're nobody till somebody kills you, nigga. And it ain't no guarantee that they gon' feel you, nigga.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 97 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your Try that again. Tried to take me out the first time. I'm your co-host, Norwood. Me and Reggie are, in fact, y'all HBCU homeboys. Let's dive into the show, my friend.
Let's dive into the show. Let's get into it. So, y'all, what y'all know? Y'all know with the Around the League edition on Monday Night Raw, we like to talk about our HBCU news around the culture. We then talk about our basketball, news around football, any other splashes of the week that we add in that we missed in the pregame. With that being said, let's get straight into this HBCU segment, man. It is getting in the off season. We're starting to get into the summer sports, and we're getting more towards the draft in NFL, spring sports as well. So there were some things that was announced. We're getting close to commencement. One person that is going to be a commencement speaker is Grant Hill. Grant Hill has been announced as the Fisk University spring commencement speaker, which is a big deal for him. He has always been a supporter of HBCUs and black colleges.
Yes. We want to make sure that we also say owner of the Atlanta Hawks, Grant Hill. Put that sauce on there first. We also have to, shout out to Fisk for picking an excellent person. I'm sure he's going to deliver an excellent speech.
Yeah, man.
Congrats.
Yeah, man. Grant Hill's come a long way, man. Definitely come a long way. So shout out to Fisk for getting Grant Hill as well. It turns out Grant Hill, if it wasn't for basketball, he actually comes from an HBCU family. His granddad went to Dillard and became a dentist, I believe. So, and then his father, played in the NFL. So, he's definitely connected to HBCUs. So, good news. So 1 month after suffering cardiac arrest, Jackson State player Kasim Viles is out of the hospital. So he was going through practice and he collapsed, went into cardiac arrest, similar to DeMar Hamlin. Had to be rushed to the hospital and stayed in the hospital for 4 weeks, man. It's called they're starting to call it the athlete's heart, is what they're starting to call it.
Yeah, this and Jamar Hamlin both very scared. I am happy to see them both healing up well. Take your time, take as much time as you need to make sure that everything is in working order. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah,
just happy
prayers
for him to be alive, man. That's
shout out to our athletic trainers and our athletic training departments. One thing that I think Primetime Deion Sanders did bring and start to highlight even before the Damar Hamlin thing, was getting athletic trainers, making sure trainers are at the games for these student athletes. I believe they play at Alcorn, and due to the pandemic and everything, they didn't have any trainers. So
Which is wild to me.
He ended up letting Jackson State's trainers work both sidelines so that they could play the game.
Yeah, we have to find a way for that to be. I mean, not to be funny, but that was something that was very normal for us in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got to find a way. We
Shout
have
out
to
to
be
April.
equipped. We have to have those type of things. Also, one thing I know it's not on the list. I just thought about it. We want to send thoughts and prayers to North Carolina A&T. They had a guy who was on campus with a loaded handgun, rifle, 2 shotguns, several hundred rounds of ammunition, a machete, a sword, and a crossbow. But he was apprehended, you know. But once again, thoughts and prayers. I can only imagine what that's like if you were on campus and that dude was on campus at the same time.
Do they know if it was a student or was it a stranger, like somebody that didn't go to the school?
It was for sure a stranger. I don't. Once you see the mugshot, things will make a little bit more sense.
Oh, is it racy? Is this racy?
Oh, absolutely. Just type in Brand. Oh, I'm not.
I'm not because I'm already pissed off about Angel Reese. And there's
This quells Angel Reese. This is old school supremacy. Yeah, he was going to do something bad, and thank the Lord he was apprehended. But this happened today.
Yeah, unbeknownst to me, as you can see by my reaction to this live news breaking headline. Thoughts and prayers to the Bulldogs, man. Thoughts and prayers to the Aggies. I'm sorry, not the Bulldogs, the Aggies. All students, families of the students, families of the staff, families of faculty, everybody there, those that are affected.
It doesn't eliminate the fear of, you just got this guy. You don't know if he, you know, there's so many other scenarios and things that could have happened. It's just super scary, especially, I mean, once again, people forget it, but you're a kid in college. Like, to go to a school and want to terrorize children, once again, it's a very weird behavior.
I can't imagine. That's wild. We're gonna try to keep it going. T's and P's to everybody, to that entire Aggie Pride community. The HBCU All-Star Game was this past weekend. It was really the HBCU. They call it an All-Star Game, but it's also a showcase as well. And Nathaniel Pollard ended up winning the MVP. And he ended up speaking and pitching to top recruits to come to HBCUs, just bringing, more notoriety to the game. It did. What I didn't like is that it played during the women's national championship game, so it didn't get as many viewers as it probably could have. But that's more of a testament to the women's game than a strike against the HBCU game. But it was great, man. It was wonderful to watch. It was high flying. The score was like 145 to 142. It was a real showcase.
This was excellent. I didn't get to see this because it was Sunday during the game, and the women's basketball game, as you will hear soon, it's the only game that I've actually wanted to watch all March Madness, and this just further proved that I should be watching women's basketball.
Yes, sir. With that being said, everything's kind of quiet on the HBCU front our way, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on to basketball because this is a long segment to talk about in basketball, man. We've got the NCAA. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we're gonna go ahead and let y'all know. We know the collective bargaining agreement just came out in the NBA. Me and Reggie have not had a chance to look it over and read it in depth. I've already started seeing things that people like and dislike. I want to have some time to sit with it before we come back and discuss that in detail. And we don't want to step on the women.
Yeah.
The men
so we got the women's championship game we're gonna talk about. It's coming down the home stretch of the NBA. getting to the play-in and play-off for final seeding of the regular season. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. We'll get right to our basketball segment. Y'all stay tuned. Listen to the Splashcast 36 pack.
And if your basketball teams knows how to act, send up a prayer and say congratulations. You're fortunate. Mine doesn't.
We'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment of episode 97 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition Monday Night Raw. We got a few things we're going to talk about today, including the NCAAA tournament. Something that Norwood, on the men's side, says that he does not watch. But luckily today,
no need to,
because the women's national Final Four, whole Final Four. We won't even just say national championship. The women's entire Final Four did not disappoint at all. So, with that being said, y'all know what happened. Remember, like, follow, subscribe. But LSU ended up playing Iowa and was pitted as Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Two teams from not only different parts of the country. I'm trying to find a nice way to say this, but they're also from different parts.
Yes,
they're also from different cultures,
from two different parts of the country. Also, teams with two different makeups, two different gameplay styles. See how easy that was?
I was getting there. But with that being said, I'm pulling up all the windows. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Because this is actually excellent basketball.
So it's
executed by
basketball.
people who can pass, shoot, dribble, do all of those things.
So before we get to the bad stuff, before we get to just pretty all-out bias and racism, let's talk about the game. Let's talk. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Let's talk about the game. LSU not only beat Iowa, they led the entire way.
Wire
to wire against Iowa, and Caitlin Clark, the player of the year, against a very hot team that got hot at the right time. Angel Reese, who is I guess we call her Queen of the Boot, or I guess Princess of the Boot, Queen of the Boot.
No. She would have to be Princess.
Coach. Yeah. And her team, two very outspoken players, two players that grew up playing against guys, playing against the boys and dominating against the boys, where they both learned how to play in trash talk and be rough and tumble. Both have very similar stories when it comes to playing basketball. Both of them.
And two players that have played against each other 3 times before this. I don't think that sometimes people have accounted for that part. They're familiar with each other's games.
Two players that have played against each other. Two players that relish in the... There it is. Two players that relish in the competition, and were raised through the fire, as they say. I said it like that for a specific reason. I wanted y'all to hear all of the similarities between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Two players that talk, let's be honest, they talk shit. Two players that let you know you either are too small, too slow, you can't shoot, you're down by 20, shut up, you can't see me, I'm bigger than you. Two players, sneaky.
And I also want to be clear. these are two big reasons we like both of these players. We remember when Angel Reese got out there, her shoe fell off, she blocked the shot, and was talking trash at the same time. Caitlin Clark has never stopped talking trash to anybody who will say anything to her. I think the girl she beat, they scored 15. She was like, "Yeah, I need you to do me a favor and shut up." So we like this part of women's sports. So, you know, and support this part.
We do. But let's start with the Coach Mulkey. Oh, come on. Kim Mulkey while it's loading, Kim Mulkey started out played at Louisiana Monroe. She's from Louisiana. She's from Hammond, Louisiana. Being from Hammond, Louisiana, she has an affinity for the state. She has affinity for flair, for partying. She embraces everything that is Louisiana about her. Can you still hear me, Norwood?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. So she played at Louisiana. I think it was either Tech or Louisiana Monroe, and ended up
Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech ended up winning a national championship as a player. Worked her way up the coaching ranks. Made it to Baylor. She was the coach of Brittany Griner and that dominant team. I think she won 2 at Baylor, maybe 3. She maybe won 3. I think she won 3 at Baylor. By winning 3 at Baylor, she then came home to LSU. And in her second year, not only took LSU to the Final Four and championship, but won that thing. Shout out to Kim Mulkey. She is now not just a basketball legend. She is a Louisiana legend. First basketball championship, men or women's, in the history of the state. In the history of LSU athletics. Shout out to her.
Yes, congratulations. If you could see in the video, she introduces herself. She talks, she looks at the Raptors. She says that LSU's been to the Final Four 4 times. But that's not what she's looking for. She's trying to look for a championship. And she like you said, she has 3 at Baylor, now has 1 at LSU, the first one in LSU history. Congratulations.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot it was audio. Here we go.
Has captured its very first national championship.
See those banners? Final Four, Final Four, Final Four, Final Four. Nowhere on there does it say national champion. That's what I came here to do.
LSU has captured its very first national.
That's tough. That's tough to live up to that.
That is a hell of an accomplishment. Winning a championship for a small school like Louisiana. When I say small school, not what I would consider anyone with LSU is to be commended. Congratulations, you did an excellent job. But I would be remiss if I said she was also the person who would not say anything on behalf of Brittany Griner.
So I'll shoot her some bail there. With Brittany Griner, there was really no good thing. There's no good outcome for her if she said anything or if she didn't. If she said anything on either way, whether she was in support or not of Brittany Griner, she was going to upset some type of donor, some type of whatever, some type of political figure in the school. So if she upsets some type of political figure, she's just rather just not say anything. I guarantee you they told her not to say anything. I guarantee you.
I don't care what anybody told you. And once again, I don't want to take away from this, but your integrity is your integrity. That if you coached that person, spent that much time with that person, and won a national championship, and we didn't ask you to jump, say right or wrong. You could have said, "Man, I hope she makes it home safely."
Well, I think that
it takes nothing to be nice. Why I sound old?
Support is free. But right, yeah, man.
Maybe I am America's favorite uncle, so there's that.
Yeah. So she is the queen of Louisiana and the queen of flair. I'm trying to pull this up so y'all can see this jumpsuit that she had on for the people that didn't watch. This pantsuit, I'm sorry. For people that didn't watch the
It's a
actual
suit.
national championship, boy,
It is a suit for sure. But
It-
yeah, the fit, she don't miss, and she committed to it. And I wonder, like, is she like picking these fits? She got them like, all right, well, this is my champion. You know, I had to hit him with the sequins, the cheat, no, let me not
That's
say
Tiger.
cheetah. These are
Better
clearly
not. You better not. It is Tiger.
stripes.
Tiger land down there, dog. That mug is sequin pink, black, and gold.
She
With
look
the
like
high
might
heels,
bite
she
you
is
in
out
college.
there, boy. Now she talks about how she is not afraid of personalities. She embraces different personalities on her team. So she embraces the Angel Reeses, the Brittany Grinders, because she
I
said
feel
she
like that's a
played
cold
with.
word.
It is.
I feel like it's a cold word. I mean,
It's a lot of code
Why?
words in one. It's a lot of code words in one. Whatever you think personality is, that's what it is. Whether you
melanin. You know what that is.
it could be
know
it could be melanin, it could be gender,
Soon
it
as
could
you
be whatever
say
you're
it,
talking
it
about.
sounds like, oh no, don't say that.
No, but
I
if you
like
look at
personality.
it, no, see,
And,
you didn't
and if
do
you're
your research. Did you?
Iowa, are you offended? Because basically, she said your team has no personality over there. Milk toast ass team over there.
Okay, I don't want to step on your joke. So, but I mean, Louisiana Tech is the whitest of white, and she said she played with personalities on her team at the time. So, I didn't
No,
take it.
I
as
think
a
she
threat.
said she played with personality, and it looks like it. She looked like she played with Rick Mahorn.
Ready to go.
Like
Man,
Bill,
she's short too.
she looked like she didn't play the pickup game with Bill Lambier before.
But she is the queen of the boot, dog. She is the queen of the boot. So shout out to Kim Mulkey, man. All right, let's get to it. The BS. Angel Reese, all said in the press conference, and I think we have some audio, if I'm not mistaken. Do we have audio? Yeah, we do. Here we go.
Always.
Isn't that a good thing? I'm happy. I mean, all year I was critiqued about who I was. Nobody. I don't. The narrative. I don't fit the narrative. I don't fit in the box that y'all want me to be in. I'm too hood. I'm too ghetto. Y'all told me that all year. But when other people do it, y'all don't say nothing. So this was for the girls that look like me, that's gonna speak up on what they believe in. It's unapologetically you. And that's what I did it for tonight. This was for it was just bigger than me tonight. It was bigger than me. Twitter is gonna go in a rage every time. And I mean, I'm happy. I feel like I've helped grow women's basketball this year. I'm super happy and excited. So I'm looking forward to celebrating in the next season.
Shout out to Angel Reese for being 100% self-aware. Shout out to Kim Mulkey for allowing her to be herself. She is 100% correct about her being labeled as all of these stereotypes that other races have of African Americans when they don't fit into a box that they can accept. They told her she was too hood, too ghetto for doing the too small gesture and talking noise and running down the court and waving to the crowd and all of that stuff. But before we even get to this conversation, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna throw it to you. It sucks that we have to have this conversation. It sucks that we are going to talk about Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark off the court. Meaning, it is one of the most historical, if not the most historical, Final Four in women's basketball history for a multitude and a myriad of reasons that we're going to go into here in a little bit. And we about to talk about some dumbass people, specifically a group of people that are uninformed, lazy, disrespectful, biased, probably underlying racist, terrible way of thinking.
Underline. Laid right there on the top. Right there on the comforter. Buddy, that you didn't even get under the sheet. It's a flat sheet you could have got under and coat and hidden it. But I guess the first part about this that I want to get into is I hate when people who don't know anything about things talk about things. Because if any of you people actually watched women's basketball or listen to the Splashcast where we cover this on a regular basis, women's basketball is just as chippy as men's basketball.
Very.
For all you uninformed people, Dave Portnoy and Keith Olbermann, who clearly don't watch women's basketball, you get up here with a platform and say stupid things, and then everybody listens. But for us who actually enjoy women's basketball, me specifically, a person who enjoys women's college basketball infinitely more than men's college basketball. Infinitely. I want you to attempt to fathom that, even though I know you cannot. I like women's basketball so much and men's basketball so little. It is an insignificant part of my life, and I honestly did not even want to cover the guys. They only got 2 damn bullet points. The women got 10, because that's what I like. That's what we're going to talk about. And it's actually good. So that's the first part. Everybody has an opinion, but none of y'all watch the games. Watch more games and shut up. Watch more games, talk less. You'll do us all a favor.
What? Yeah. So
shout out to Angel Reese for being self-aware. It is unfortunate that you make college kids have to talk about these uncomfortable situations.
19. She's a sophomore. Sophomore. She's 19 years old.
And you guys you don't watch her games. First of all, you don't watch enough of her games really to critique her. And then what you say is so far off base and wrong, it's embarrassing. We need to let stupid people speak a little bit less. It's your turn, my friend.
It's unfortunate that everybody gets a platform sometimes. It's unfortunate that everybody thinks that because of the work and experience in a genre or in a profession gives them the right to say whatever they want, no matter how stupid and ignorant it is.
At least watch the game, though. Watch enough of her game that you can formulate a legitimate opinion.
You know what's funny? Caitlin Clark, I have so much respect for Caitlin Clark because she talked her shit. She played the game, and she ate it when they talk shit back to her. Nobody's talking about what Caitlin Clark did. I mean, she really couldn't say nothing, but nobody's talking about what Caitlin Clark did because she didn't do anything. That's the game. It is what it is.
No poor loser behavior.
None.
No sucker moves. No hand grabbing after the game, trying to get your conversation off at that point. She handled this thing like a competitor. When I was up, I talked trash. When they talk trash to me and I'm losing, what you supposed to do? Beat them or shut up? She shut up. I respect her immensely for this. And she could have easily hopped on the bandwagon and drove that bandwagon right on out of there to probably millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, man. She Caitlin Clark is tough. Dog, we're talking about this, and I said this was a historical Final Four, right? South Carolina was 36-0. Caitlin Clark pretty much single-handedly beat that team. And I don't want to disrespect any of her teammates, but y'all know she's the engine that makes that go. Right? South Carolina was 36-0. They were gracious. LSU had to end the game on a 14-0 run to beat Virginia Tech. Nobody's talking about, you know what sucks? Nobody's talking about Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech played a hell of a game against LSU. Probably if you actually watched it, I should have won. LSU just has the ability to buckle down and play defense similar to like South Carolina, except for LSU can shoot. They're big inside, but they can also shoot from the outside. And we're sitting here discussing Angel Reese and her on-court antics that were accepted. Like, nobody talks about that she's mocking Caitlin Clark with the John Cena because Caitlin Clark did it to somebody else. Did it to a whole team.
Exactly. And we came right on here and championed it. Talk your shit. And if they don't like it, make them beat you. And South Carolina did not beat you. Talk your shit. That's 100% what we liked. That's what we supported.
Who else said talk your shit? All the ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS, Keith Olbermann, all of these people that were like, yes, go Caitlin Clark. Yes, we love to see it. She's so passionate about the game. She cares so much. She's not going to take any disrespect on the court.
Fiery competitor.
Fiery competitor. Fiery competitor.
It's sad that you know the code words. You know who they're for and what they mean.
And y'all made it seem like LSU was being disrespectful towards them when in all actuality, they said they can't wait to play.
And usually I'm not excited to meet players, but like, yo, she's just a flat out dog. Like, hey, yo, good with you. Doing well.
So they made that happen, and she got to meet Caitlin Clark, dog. Alexis Morris was the starting point guard. She transferred from Baylor with Kim Mulkey, starting point guard, and actually carried them to a win down the stretch in the second half.
19 points in the game. Yeah. I think in the second half, and I think Caitlin only had 14 points.
Oh, yeah.
But you're getting in the way of their own individual respect for each other. Like, it's nothing worse than when somebody else will make a beef that does not exist.
Yo, like, she's like starstruck. Like, she stops like, yo, she's like good. And she played a hell of a game.
Starstruck long now.
Now when they got on the court, that she flipped that switch in the second half.
Hey, now it's time to the rubber to meet the road.
And she played Caitlin Clark it's crazy. Caitlin Clark had like 30 points, right? Something like that, almost 30 points. And it was like, yeah, she had an off game. Because she's doing 40-point triple-doubles.
Yeah.
40-point triple-doubles. Most points scored by an individual player in NCAA tournament history for the women. In NCAA women tournament history. Caitlin Clark. Most double-doubles, Angel Reese. Most double-doubles, Angel Reese. We're not talking about this, right? Kim Mulkey has her 4th championship. She's only behind Gino Auriemma and Pat Summitt, 2 legends, 11, 8, and her, 4. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the respect that you see between Alexis Morris and Caitlin Clark. We got all of this stuff. Rivals respect. We can go there too. We got all that. We got all this. Rivals respect where they sitting there. Now this Boosie though. I'm gonna come back to Boosie.
Just let the video run on silent.
I'm gonna come back to Boosie. This is a little too important. What I'm saying, I gotta come back to Boosie.
You know, we just had Women's Month. This is trash. And the most frustrating part, once again, it's the people who don't even support the sport on a regular basis. You guys are not fans of women's basketball. You don't know who any of these players are until March Madness, and you probably don't know until Sweet 16 or Elite 8, to be realistic here. So for us who actually enjoy the sport, watch it, and support it regularly, this drives me nuts.
It is. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I came on over, since we're going to keep it in this vein before we get funny down there. This is Keith Olbermann's response to Angel Reese going to Caitlin Clark doing her dance. Let me move this out the way. Sorry, y'all. Doing her dance. He responds with, what a fucking idiot. Now, this guy is respected supposed to be one of the most experienced.
I used to like the Olbermann report. That's
journalists in sports, and especially in modern sports. He's created a great resume, and to me, this tweet discredits almost everything about him in my book. Calling her a fucking idiot. Then he doubled down. He doubles down and says, doesn't matter the gender, the sport, the background, you're seconds away from a championship and you do something like this and overshadow all the good. Mindless, classless, and what kind of coach does this team have?
Let's give a round of applause to the true fucking idiot, Keith Olbermann. You are 64 years old, calling a 19-year-old a fucking idiot. You are a special case, my friend. Nobody knew exactly how stupid you were until you opened your mouth. Even if she's only 19. You being 64 at your big old age, you should probably have a little bit more class than that, but you don't.
Sneaky said he went. My bad.
And
Sneaky
once
said
again,
you-
another guy who I'm sure watches little to no college women's basketball, college or pro at that matter. I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch any of it.
He doesn't,
Congratulations to you.
You know why you say he's pretty sure he doesn't watch any of it? Because he says, I apologize for being uninformed last night about the backstory on this. I don't follow hoops, college or pro, men or women. I had no idea about Clark. Both were wrong. This is what I said in today's Countdown podcast, second segment, about 24 minutes in. Don't you try?
No. It's funny how direct and detailed he is to show you where I'm not racist at. Hey, watch at this moment, listen to this very part of the conversation. I promise it'll cleanse me. It purges me of all hidden racist undertones. No, sir, my friend, I'm not listening to your podcast because you made foolish comments. Shout out to you for commentating something which we knew you already didn't watch. You are the fucking idiot.
Man, and I'm not about to read all of this this long ass statement.
No. As a person who's a media member, you just told us, I have no clue what I'm talking about.
Which is wild, and this is the point that I wanted to make. I'm glad you walked me to that point. Keith Olbermann, you have a degree. You know in journalism that
20 years of sports journalism.
In journalism, it is your job to be informed. It is your job to not speak normally from a place of opinion. You normally try to inform, and then you make opinionated pieces off the facts of the information after you've done your research. For you to just, and this is what I'm talking about when it's saying social media exposes a lot of people and gives stupid people an ability to show that they're stupid. Not only did you discredit yourself and you went and looked and made a comment without actually watching or knowing anything, showing your bias, by the way, showing your racism, by the way, you then came back, doubled down, and then after you received backlash, you said, I was speaking from an uninformed place. So you, instead of you being racist, you would just rather be unprofessional. I get it. I see why you would do that instead. You don't want to be known as racist, although those colors have already been seen. I don't understand. I don't know how you recover from this as a journalist.
Those colors don't run.
I don't see how you come back from this.
Well, I like the very eloquent and intelligent and calculated way that Reggie put this together. But when it comes to me, I don't care about 1 degree, 2 degree, no degree. Whether you have a degree or not should not matter. Plenty of people without degrees know what should I talk out of my ass. What did Keith Olbermann do? Talk directly out of his ass. Congratulations, my friend. You played yourself.
Speaking of talking directly out of your ass, you got David Portnoy, who is one of the founders of Barstool Sports, who then retweets Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark, and calls her a classless piece of shit. Again, another man in his 40s talking to and calling a 19-year-old female a classless piece of shit. I also want to highlight how SportsCenter presented this. Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark with the face like, oh my God, with the oh my God emoji next to it. Versus when Caitlin Clark did it to South Carolina and was talking noise, it was like, Caitlin Clark is cold for this. Oh, Caitlin Clark is this. It was the tone of it was different. Now because Angel Reese is doing it, now because the pigmentation is black. Now it's darker. Now because it's a black girl doing this to Cinderella, we're now the villain. Man, fuck out of here, dog. Fuck out of here.
And I also want to address, Dave, who is notorious for being a racist, misogynist, awful human. You too at 46 call it a 19-year-old classless piece of shit. I think that you should probably retweet that at yourself. It seems to be a little bit more fitting. Seems like Angel Reese has way more class than you would ever have because she's not, I guess by her standard, this would be like yelling at a 7-year-old. But Yeah, this is embarrassing. And this is what he specializes in. Now, since we are a show, we are the Splashcast, the realest podcast in the world. Always remember to do what? Like follow, and subscribe. If you're liking, follow, and subscribing Barstool Sports, just know this is what you're enabling. All the people over there of color who are at Barstool Sports, specifically the coach who shall not be named, just know this is what you're supporting. This is the guy who you work for. This is where you. This is who you are in financial dealings with. Is this guy right here? And if as long as
he who shall not be
that,
named. I would love for you to speak out against your employer about things you disagree with. For love for you to do that, my guy.
Man,
he who shall not be named.
Silence is deafening. Nobody. So yeah, so all the people who have financial dealings with Barstool Sports, that's what you got.
So,
but honestly, you should have known that already.
Are we the realest podcast on the internet?
Without a doubt.
Can I say what I want to say? Can I say what I've noticed about all of this? Between the criticism of Angel Reese. Can I say what I've noticed?
They wouldn't call you Quick Scope Davis if you didn't.
Why does it always come from one group of people? Specific subgroup of human called the white male. The white male is the one talking all of this noise about Angel Reese.
At least let the women talk, bro. That's the least you could do. You don't even watch the games. So you came to a place where you're not familiar to hate. And
on a black woman.
Hate on women. You won't even let the women get their own hate. Like, I would respect it way more if it was women on women hate. Then I'd be like, you know what? At least let them have some beef. You're a chump. You're an old chump.
Y'all chauvinist too, because when they do this in the pros in the NBA, y'all love it. You eat it all up, bruh. You eat it all up, bruh. But as soon as women do it, see y'all putting women in a box. Y'all done got us started. Now I'm here. Now I'm talking. What's wrong? What's going on, man?
If you've ever actually gone to Barstool Sports before, it's the dumber the better.
A lot of LDE over there, man. A lot of LDE.
You know, right at the point where you about to exhale, cough, and then you ready to go to that 6-shooter. Bing! Got him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But we're
done recognizing those people on our platform.
Yeah, we're done, man.
To the rest of you who do listen, let's all take a moment from these two guys. Let's not talk out of our ass. Know what you're talking about. And watch women's sports. It's clearly excellent.
Excellent. This has been the best and most historical Final Four off the court. That's where I wanted to go. Off the court in history for the women's basketball. They are capitalizing. Right now, as of now, it is NBA, women's college basketball, WNBA G League, somewhere in there. Right now, in terms of popularity tier in basketball, women's college basketball is the second most popular league on the sport because men's college basketball is not. Evidenced by the ticket
Trash. And I've been telling y'all that since it's been at least 6 weeks of me telling y'all, because y'all asked about March Madness. I do not care because the boys are not nearly as entertaining as the women. Thank the women for being excellent. Hey, and fellas, you know how we tell women, man up. Y'all need to woman up. Or whatever it is that y'all need to do so y'all can play like these women. You know what? That might be the name of the episode. Either play like a girl or code words. I haven't decided
yet. Yes, sir. Speaking of play like a girl, check your man out. The mayor of Baton Rouge, my guy, Boosie.
You got to start it from the beginning.
Larry Bird, come get your daughter. Larry Bird, come get your daughter. They dead.
I'm gonna let it repeat just to let y'all know. This is gonna start from the beginning.
They shot in the head.
So this is Boosie. He had a watch party. You know Boosie is Mr. 225. He had a watch party and he was going for LSU. And the way the game went, LSU came out hot. Was it Jasmine Cash? Jasmine, what's her name?
Yes, correct.
She had 6 3-pointers in the first half. going crazy. LSU was up by 19, and this is Boosie's reaction. I watched it in real time. It's hilarious.
They dead. They dead. Larry Bird, come get your daughter. Larry Bird, come get your daughter. They dead. Larry Bird, come get your damn daughter. They dead. They shot in the head.
And number one, that is an immense amount of respect for saying that she's Larry Bird's daughter. That is one of the few white athletes that is universally respected.
Yeah, who by the way, was a shit talker just like her. Was a shit talker just like her.
Yeah.
So, and they actually said she was like him in the tournament. That's how Larry Bird played.
Also, Boosie super fan. He is an Atlanta Hawks fan, so you know we support this. He supports all his teams. I actually love this guy because he went outside on his own basketball hoop and cut the net down like he won the game. There's nobody quite like Torrance Hatch. Nobody on this planet. Gotta love this guy. Even the people who hate him, I think quietly, secretly,
did do that,
in their heart, they love him. We all got an uncle like this. We all got a cousin like this.
Yeah. Speaking of Jasmine Carson, we just said that she went 6 for 6 in the first half, 7 for 8 overall at threes. That really set the tone for LSU when Angel Reese was in foul trouble, which we'll get to as well. But everybody said LSU got Ice Spice on their team, so now she says I'm LSU Ice Spice now, as she has the famous, what is that, sandy, light brown or blondish brown curls on top of her head.
I love this. Lean into this. We're gonna talk about University of Georgia, one of their football players with an ice cream flavor. You need to find a way to monetize this as soon as possible. You need to leverage this into a deal immediately. I love it. More of it. And yeah, lean into it. Get paid.
Yeah, man. Y'all already have an in into the music industry when you got Flau'jae, who is signed to Rock Nation as an artist, she's a freshman starter on that team. And
can rap.
So she's already there. So you already got it in, man. Capitalize. It's a new day. It's a new day in college sports. You get your money now. Go ahead, get it all.
I want to notice how many of these women basketball players we know on a first last name basis. I want you to also take a moment to consider how many of these men we do not know on a first and last name basis. One of these will be going to the professionals to make umpteen $1 trillion. One of these will be going to play for a team, and she's going to have to play for another team in the summer so she can get paid. This is unfortunate.
That is true, man. That is true. But like I said, this was the best thing that could happen to women's basketball. Was this
we
tournament.
Don't know any of these college basketball players. They finna get paid. And we know these women, and they have legitimate, well-rounded games. This frustrates me.
Yeah, man.
I'm angry.
But we getting there now. We're locked in. We are locked in. So, been locked in. So similar to the Mannings, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird have their own watch party. So they were watching Virginia Tech versus LSU, and apparently they had Lil Wayne as a guest, and to say so, they had. We'll just let it play.
Okay, it's happening. I feel you on that. I'm a little jealous.
Stop it.
We're in the wrong box. We're in the wrong box. We're in the wrong box.
Stop
in the
it.
wrong box. I need to come down to New Orleans.
I mean, after JR talking about writing essays, I have anxiety. I need a drink and a smoke.
So
Taurasi is excellent.
She's hilarious.
Yes. If you remember last year, her and Sue Bird had the awkward, secretly possibly pausiest commentation of all times, and it was excellent.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they were doing it on purpose. We thoroughly enjoyed it. They were way more clever than any of the men have ever been. It was hilarious. Now this time you have the opportunity to have Lil Wayne. Clearly he had a little medicinal in the air. for whatever, whatever situations he may or may not be treating. I love how progressive sports have come. Also, you should assume that if you're going to get Lil Wayne on TV,
that there's going to be at least a light flick. I mean, you got to get at least a light flick, which is what he had. So he just laughed it off and was like, "Stop it."
Yeah.
I mean,
is what
catch
it
it
is.
together.
And also, shout out to Lil Wayne being like, "Yes, I am on ESPN. Yes, the world is watching. Also, I need to smoke right now."
You don't think Lil Wayne been smoking with ESPN for a while? All them cold pizza interviews, he was high as a kite at 7:30 in the morning.
The worldwide leader in sports, and you have Dwayne Carter up there burning it down. But we come a long way, boy.
Yes, sir. But hey, man, this Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi is great to watch if you have a chance to go. It is funny,
dynamic duo.
Lil Wayne is on the internet. You can go listen to Lil Wayne. His interview is pretty good on there as well. Like I said, they are the female Peyton and Eli right now, and it is hilarious.
You know who doesn't have this?
Who?
Baseball. Y'all got to catch up.
How you gonna have it? You can't have this for baseball. Be 5 hours. How you gonna have this for 5 hours?
But this is the thing. Like, all right. So we're gonna kind of spiral, but only briefly. Basketball, you have the TNT crew, excellent. NFL, you got Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning. Childish, but excellent. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, also childish, but excellent. Then you have baseball, and you're like,
they got David Ortiz, Frank Thomas. They got that group of four on Fox.
Now you don't. Oh. Pour out some liquor for Frank Thomas. They fired him.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Yeah. Damn, Reggie, you got the big hurt up there. Big hurt. You sick. But yeah, baseball, y'all are in last place when it comes to these type of duos, tandems, etc. And you're not even in the same conversation. That's unfortunate. America's pastime, right? For it's past America's time.
America's pastime. But shout out to Sue Bird. Hey, Mattress Mack out here again, dog. Mattress Mack offered Florida Atlantic players each up to $5,000, totaling over $50K, helping their families and friends travel to the Final Four. Last night, he invited them to his Astros suite as well, welcoming them to Houston. Money raised by Florida Atlantic before the NIL collective, before the tournament, $0. They raised $65,000 just on the weekend of the Final Four. That's crazy. Shout out to Mattress Mack.
That's trash.
What?
Florida Atlantic. That's mind blowing. And to have a team this good and not be able to give them the resources that they need. That's embarrassing. I hope that you guys do better. I hope that they get more funding now that they've had such a successful season. And the tough part is the way that they lost.
What do you mean? Wait, hold on. Why? Wait, hold on.
They should have more than. You can't have no money in the account, big dog.
Well, I mean, it's not the biggest. Everybody's not as progressive as the majors. It's not a major school. It's a mid-major.
Yeah, but they also have 30,000 people at school every year.
They're not known for athletics, though. I mean, I agree that maybe they should have some boosters, but I mean, athletics really ain't a focus at FAU.
$30,000 is a lot of people.
$1 per person. That's students. But what I'm saying is, I do think it's cool that they got $65,000 in a weekend. And maybe this will be the jump start that they needed.
Let's also not forget, it wasn't that long ago they had your boy
Lane Kiffin.
Like, there is no reason.
2 years.
They're not bottom of the barrel. You know, like there are smaller schools who are doing better. You know, they also who's the quarterback that played at Florida Atlantic who was good? Like, you've had some athletes. You haven't had a ton of athletes.
A quarterback that played at Florida Atlantic that was good?
Yes. One old boy that plays at Tennessee? Malik?
Liberty.
I'm trying to. I can't remember who. But now I'll find out and get back to you. But you're right. That it was Liberty University.
But yeah, man, I'm not going down them, man. Hey, you got to start somewhere, and sometimes everywhere got to start at 0. And now they're at 65. Shout out to Mattress Mack for also getting the rest of the families there and inviting them to the Astros suite. I think that was really, really cool. Mattress Mack rolls out the red carpet all the time, and he talks a lot of noise, but he's a class act, grade A.
I will say. He is a very positive representation of the city. When it comes to true humanity and things needing to get done, I will 100%, as a person who's lived in this city now 8 years, he'll be the first person that'll say, yeah, I got it.
Has it been 8 years? 2015?
Yep.
You only lived here for, well, I guess. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It was like 7-8 years in Atlanta.
Yep. Shout out to Coach Dawn Staley, who is the women's Naismith Coach of the Year for South Carolina, leading them to a 36-1 record before being upset by Caitlin Clark and Iowa Hawkeyes in the Final Four.
And congratulations on being the Naismith Coach of the Year. It is the second most important award you won this year. You were already the Splashcast Coach of the Year if you go back to last episode.
Yep.
And I think that one is extremely more valuable because there's only been one. Congratulations to a great season, man, and a great coach who had a very interesting message that was a little bit like literally moments ahead of his time. We love you, Dawn Staley.
Yeah, I don't think we have that here, but Dawn Staley definitely said don't refer to our girls as thugs or roughnecks or whatever you're calling them when we're trying to play the game. We're just playing basketball. We're ballers just like everybody else.
And when she was talking about our girls, she wasn't talking about women who play on her team.
Nope, not at all. All encompassing.
Some of you missed it. Got to be quicker than that.
Encompassing. Yes, sir. Hey, man, now we get to the men. San Diego State beat Florida Atlantic here on a buzzer beater as time expired after Florida Atlantic had come all the way back and won 72-71. Heartbreaking loss for Florida Atlantic. Heartbreaking. It was a good game.
It was an excellent game played by Florida Atlantic. It literally came down to, if you look right here, he is a centimeter away from being out of bounds.
Yes, sir.
That's how close it was to them winning that game. Sometimes players hit big shots in big games. We saw Cardiac Kimba do it. When players do it, you got to shake their hand, respect them, and then try to do it again next season, or just go home knowing that you played your ass off. And they did.
Was hurtful.
But this shot was a shot.
Yeah, man, that's reminiscent of the North Carolina Georgetown. Like, as time expires, gets down, he hits the shot. That's crazy, man. That was crazy. And the thing about it is Brian Dutcher, who is the coach of San Diego State, comes all the way back 30 years after the Fab Five disappointment where he was on the staff in 1993. He gets another shot at an NCAA title with San Diego State. He's been there, San Diego State, for a while. They play great defense. They're known for playing defense. See Kawhi. They are, shout out to him for getting another chance, although right now it looks like UConn is about to step on the gas.
I'm not watching the game because I don't care. Congratulations, though. I hope you win it this time. I would love to see you win instead of UConn. Go, not Huskies.
Why what's your beef with UConn?
I mean, I feel like they already win too much. I already don't care about watching this. At least just let there be. It's a U moment. I want chaos.
Yeah. Well, technically this is chaos. This is a 4 versus 5 seed. When last time you seen a 4 versus 5 seed and no number ones in the Final Four?
It's maybe because they don't have a stellar product like the women do.
Boy,
My bad, did I say that out loud and mean it?
Yeah, it's crazy. But now we are going to get to the NBA, where right now, dog, the West, The Lakers are one game out of 5th place and one game out of 12th place, like at the same time. Like, it is crazy what's going on. And then, of course, we have some other news around the NBA as well. Of course, we got a Victor Wembanyama update. He's doing things that just have not been seen yet.
Unbelievable. Somebody in the Detroit bet. Oh, see now, as soon as we start talking about this stuff, it makes me mad. But let's get to the classy moment first with why do I want to call this man Lonnie Williams? Monty Williams. And then we'll get to Victor.
Lonnie.
He looked like a Lonnie. Hey, Lonnie. You know what? My old now, and this is completely. I had an old neighbor who was a postman. His name was Lonnie, and he looked just like
this. So today, yesterday, Phoenix played OKC. It's always tough.
Lonnie.
It's always tough for Monty Williams to play OKC. Of course, he was the former coach there. Had Chris Paul there. Turned it around when they got SGA really started after he left the Clippers. Everybody knows that his wife passed away along with I think one or two of his children in a tragic car wreck. As they returned to play, he says, today would have been my wife's birthday. They chose to honor my wife today at the OKC game by not allowing anybody to sit in her seats. When I found out, it really messed me up. Monty Williams thanks the OKC Thunder for honoring his late wife. I think, do we have audio of this?
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Would have been my wife's birthday. And they chose to honor my wife today by not allowing anybody to sit in their seats. And when I found out this morning, it really messed me up because it really speaks to how blessed I am to do what I do and work for the people that I work for and know the people that I know and how much they care. And Sam has been really consistent over the past few years on any day, whether it's her birthday or kids or something along those lines. And for them to do that today really speaks to this organization and this city. Today would have been my wife's birthday.
So he's correct. Sam Presti is running an operation over there, boy. He could write a case study. Right now, I probably put him with one of the best corporations and organizations run up there with stuff. You hear about stuff like this from like Chick-fil-A. Like Chick-fil-A is known for doing just heartfelt things like this on a basis. And for Sam Presti to do this, if it wasn't for Monty Williams, nobody would have known. This isn't publicized. They didn't do a video montage or whatever. They just quietly did the right thing. That's all they did. That's all you have to do.
There's not enough value placed on discreet class. Not the class, not the Instagram post, not the black square. Just doing the right thing and not needing any recognition because I was raised like a decent human.
Raised like a decent human. That's all. Just be a good person. There's no need to cuss. I'm back. There's no need to cuss out no 19-year-olds. Ain't no need to cuss out no 19-year-olds. Ain't no need. People, life is hard. Life is hard. Look at what Monty Williams has to go through. Look at what everybody's going through on a daily basis. Just life is difficult. Why take away the joy of basketball from a 19-year-old? It's so easy to just be a good human. It takes nothing. It takes nothing to be a good person. It takes a lot of effort to be an asshole. It takes a lot of effort to be an asshole. It took time for you to go speak about Angel Reese, Keith Olbermann. It took time for you to do that. You could have just shut the fuck up and been a good person and said, damn, that's crazy. Let me go read. Nah, you couldn't be a good person like Sam Presti. Couldn't be a good person by honoring Monty Williams from the heart. Honoring his late wife from the heart. Doing the right thing. Man, I wish, and no shade to OKC, I'm sure it's a wonderful community. I wish I could take Sam Presti and have him like run the Knicks. Like, could you imagine what the Knicks organization would be if Sam Presti ran them?
Not unless you're getting rid of James Dolan. Not gonna throw away that man's good hard work, but that fool,
that fool. I gotta find that GIF. I'm gonna make. Hey, anybody listening that can make a GIF of Herschel Walker saying "fool," that would be appreciated. Because
we would greatly appreciate that.
I'll incorporate that.
Crew with all the people who support us. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. But once again, this is a classy move from OKC, and I also believe that good things happen to people who do good things, and that's the reason I think the OKC is on the up and up. They turn this team around. They pick some excellent guys for the future, and I wish them much success.
I do, man. We wish them much success. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. Every time we talk about men's college basketball and how boo-boo it is less than women's college basketball, we get kicked off the internet. Is that a conspiracy?
Chinese weather balloons. 100% it's the Chinese weather balloons. They are back. We have not yet discovered their purpose. Until we do that, they will continue to hate on all social media platforms.
But we just finished talking about Monty Morris and how, I know who it was. It was James Dolan. And how
we didn't have no business saying his name. That's the reason. What happened. You
Sam
talking about people who you know, bad juju.
Sam Presti honored Monty Williams' late wife, who died tragically and suddenly by not letting anybody sit in her seats. We were then talking about how great of an organization OKC runs, and we were going to pivot to Victor Wembanyama because we thought that they were going to be in the Victor Wembanyama Bowl, basically trying to tank and get Victor Wembanyama. We actually talked about them adding him and then getting Chet back and having Wembanyama, Chet, Josh Giddey, one of them
Jalen,
one
and
of the Jalen's
SGA.
in the SGA with Pokashevsky, the other Jalen, and all of them people coming off the bench.
Jabari Smith, of course. I forgot about him. He get lost in the shuffle.
Jabari Smith.
No,
Lou
not
Dort.
Jabari Smith.
Lou Dort.
He's a Rocket.
Lou Dort.
Yes,
Lou
that's
Dort.
what I was talking
Not Jalen. Lou Dort starts. So that's crazy. We pivot into Victor Wembanyama because Victor did something that just doesn't make any sense, dog. Victor had a tip back dunk off of a 3-point attempt. Y'all just, for those that are watching with us.
The amount of ground he covers is wild.
Wild, man. Wild. So y'all just watch that are watching. Watch this. Victor's gonna hit him. Woo! 3-point shot off the rebound that he misses. I'm gonna let it run again because he hits him with the cross. Double cross in between.
Just
step
so
back three
far.
At 7-4 off a fadeaway, catches the ball back and gets a putback dunk. At 7'5".
You know how tall you have to be to do this?
Gotta be an alien.
Next time you're around a basketball court, I want you to throw it, shoot it, whatever you can do from the 3-point line, and then try to dunk it and see how close you will not be to anything. You will not be remotely close to anything. And he dunked the ball.
Easily. Beat everybody to it. After doing the double cross tween step back 3 at a 7'4". The fact that he covers so much ground makes the double crossover tween step back. You don't even talk about that part.
It's not a lot of guys in the NBA who can do this. If there are any, you really have to be about 7 feet tall to even have the catch radius. No.
This is crazy.
No.
This is crazy, man. So you got Victor Wembanyama.
Like, do you think LeBron can do that?
No. Well, I mean, yeah. Yes. Yeah, LeBron, freakish athlete. In Miami, LeBron could definitely shoot a 3, step back 3. Know he's going to miss, take 2 or 3 steps and catch the ball and dunk. But I don't know if there's anybody after him that could do that. That's crazy. He caught that
He made
outside
this
the
like
paint.
a regular. You cannot that when you're playing basketball like that. There's no way you're counting from the dude from the 3-point line. He'll dunk it
From
What?
outside the paint.
No.
Look where he jumped from. He jumped from outside the paint. That's crazy.
There's
Victor
no way.
Wembanyama is
When I'm
crazy.
accounting for people on the floor, he is the last person I'm concerned about, and he did this with relative ease. And y'all
Relative
talking about,
ease.
oh, just because he's skinny. I don't care about that. Give me somebody who can do this. I'll figure out how to gain some weight.
We can make it eat some food. So,
Yeah. Hey,
projected
fam.
number one, 2024 number one pick. Please forgive my name. Matis Bazulis. 6'10" shooting guard, point guard, small forward combo.
Where are they making these humans? It is in a lab somewhere with Professor Xavier. Is no way. Look how Hey, and y'all keep thinking it's a guard league. How much longer you think it's gonna last before everybody on the team looks like this?
I mean, now at this point, guard is relative. Like he's still a
Oh
guard.
yeah, and go ahead and look at OKC. Go ahead and look at them boys in Houston. Hey,
Orlando.
Everybody is about to be the same height in the NBA in the next 40 years. Then
Orlando,
I want to see what it's
7-1.
like. Now at that point, I'm not gonna want to hear nobody from the 30s talk about basketball ever again. When everybody is 7 feet, Bob Cousy, you dead, fam. Because eventually it's.
That's how you feel?
Yes, when everybody is 8 feet tall and can dribble and can shoot. Yes, we're getting. It is kind of strange where it looks like we're going now. Like it used to be just like bigs, but a lot less skilled or a lot slower. It's difficult. Joel Embiid is the big with the best handle, I think, right now, ish. But it's a lot of people who are tall and can dribble the ball very well.
And shoot. Like this dude can shoot. He's a 3-point shooter, but he can pass too. Like when it's like, and you know it's a byproduct of this evolution of basketball player, the evolution of the football player. I mean, you can't be 6'6" power forward anymore. That unless you just
that's dead.
Super athletic.
You are defensive end, big dog.
You are Calais Campbell, defensive end or tight end, bro. That is who you are,
bro. You gonna stand up a hand in the dirt, big dog. You are not in the NBA, Julius Peppers.
No, sir. The days of the 6'5" power forward. I mean, hey man, unless you got a niche like Draymond, them days of you just the Charles Oakleys.
Reggie said the NBA is making NFL players.
The evolution, bro. If you 6'7", if you 6'7" and can't jump, what you gonna do in the NBA? You be a defensive specialist.
Right.
PJ Tucker out there 6'5", putting his chest on everybody. You're out there getting cooked. Getting out there getting cooked, bro. Yeah, they get cooked this year. Matisse, hey man, y'all got to do something.
This is making for a very, very exciting. I mean, you think we're gonna get 2 more of these next year because we'll finally get to see Chet,
which is crazy.
And we'll get Victor.
Which is crazy. That's crazy. OKC has Chet just in the tuck, lifting, doing all. They got him 15 pounds of muscle immediately.
We're getting more and more, and you know who is like the evolution of? It's like if Kristaps Porzingis had stayed like a couple more. If he was born a little bit older, he'd be a little bit better.
He wouldn't be called a unicorn. Right now, all of this is starting. He'd be normal. All of this is starting to look normal. Like and I'm gonna tell you also we love you, Clint. We love you, Rudy. We don't love you, Rudy. We love you, Clint. But the days of Rudy and Clint and
Jared
Allen's. I'm telling y'all, this is the last decade for that. Ain't no more of
Jared
that. No
Allen,
more.
you need to look right to Evan Mobley. That is the model that is replacing yours. That's the one right there.
That's the 2026 model right there.
Replacement.
So, I mean, the days
of
iOS
ain't even out yet, my friend.
That the days of the unathletic, not saying unathletic because all of them are athletic, but the non-skilled big, those days are over.
Yes.
Days are over. It's a wrap. Everybody's skilled now. Unless you can play.
Alfred Sengun is cooking too, boy.
Woo! Is he? But let's get to Russ. Pat Bev talks about Russ's unique diet. Russell Westbrook diet is crazy. All lettuce is insane, and it all makes sense now. So Russ has been on a diet for a while, apparently. Let's listen to Pat Bev talk about it.
All lettuce, no dressing, no chicken, no protein, no nothing, just lettuce. I said, oh, this motherfucker crazy.
He's lean like that. Like it doesn't surprise me that he eats kind of like just a rabbit food diet. Why is he eating like that? Just trying to stay healthy or what?
I don't know what the fuck that is, but I ain't never seen no shit like that. I'm talking about all straight lettuce, no sauce, no chicken, no nothing.
Man, he's like, is he vegan or something like that, or?
I don't think so. But yeah, I can tell why he's been so much athletic and action figure looking like. Them motherfuckers eat lettuce, no dressing, no topping, no protein, no nothing. Lettuce.
What's his diet like?
So, first off, shout out to Pat Bev pivoting.
That's the first off. No.
Shout out to Pat Bev pivoting and getting ready for his second career. He has been on a press run for about 2 years now. He's substituted on ESPN. He's been on Bleacher Report. I don't think he's been on Fox News, but he may have been. And he does all of the social media interviews, raw and uncut.
Wait, no, this is his podcast. He has the Pat Bev podcast.
Oh yeah, the Pat Bev pod. Yeah. There's absolutely no way. Russell Westbrook's if you eating lettuce, just good old romaine or iceberg or spring mix, no nothing added, your discipline and focus is on a whole nother level, bro. You can talk trash to everybody about dedication forever. Nobody's more dedicated
to you can't be my friend.
Why not?
You start eating a salad with no toppings, no dressing, no protein, I'm going to assume that you're a serial killer. That is the equivalent of eating grass. No. At the point, do you eat, okay, so a salad with nothing. Do you eat that with a fork or do you just eat that with your hands? No, you can't be my friend and eat a salad with nothing on it. I don't trust you.
Russ
I will draw the line. Like, if you vegan, cool. If you were pescatarian, cool. Your pronoun is they, cool. You eat a salad with nothing?
Lettuce with nothing on it?
Uncool. Nope. That's where I draw the line.
Sure. So Pat Bev.
Wait, you act like you would be okay with this.
No, I would joke you from here to oblivion, but I mean, the motherfucker is in impeccable shape. And has not slowed down.
You could never eat with me if you're gonna eat salad.
It works. You can't ever talk about Russ not playing 110%, running out of energy, getting tired. He'll never do none of that. His skill has to. No, he's not. He just eats a salad with nothing on it. That would make he's a.
Nope. We can't do none of the same thing. You have to go, my friend.
So
I never want to be in shape that bad.
Y'all know that there's always a little beef between Russ and Pat Bev. Friendly apparently, because they're good friends actually. They had dinner and everything before the game. But Pat Bev talked trash to Russ, and Russ remembered. So let's listen to that real quick.
You guys asked. Yeah, he told me he was gonna bust. I
text Russ yesterday. When y'all get to LA, I say, yeah, we get there whenever. You want to do dinner? Yeah, let's do dinner. My last text, I'm going to bust y'all ass.
But as you see tonight, bust that ass tonight, and he got the first action tonight on your ass.
You guys were going back and forth.
Number one, pause. Super pause. Piggity pause.
I didn't want to say it, but I was like, I mean, what do you mean first action on your, like, what?
Out of pocket, inappropriate. You guys are a little too 90s for me. I mean, it was a different time. Some of the stuff, awful. This is an underappreciated character arc for two gentlemen. They started out
for the better part of a decade.
Mortal enemies, full hate, torn meniscus, legitimate beef to now they're buddies, text buddies who text each other
And
regularly.
go out to dinner.
And as much negative stuff as sports put out about all of these athletes, there's no way you're not celebrating this friendship.
It's a great friendship for sure. Great friendship.
This
sure.
disappoints.
I like how it's public. They're like, yeah. Publicly, I'm gonna bust your ass, and I'm gonna kick your ass, dog. What's good? And then they go to dinner, and it's one of the better. I don't want to say bromances because that's weird, but it's one of the better.
But you want to
conversations.
It's a friendship.
Yeah.
But you want to know what? Nobody doing no bullshit, so it's nothing to tell anybody about.
Fair.
It's two high class people acting like decent humans, so there's no story to tell here.
Yeah.
There's no way you could celebrate two people who started out as mortal enemies and now who are, well, I will consider good to close friends. There's no way you could tell that story and people want to hear that, right?
Yeah. Did you know that you can leave voice notifications on comments now?
Hey man, these social medias are social media, and I blame everything on ChatGPT.
I'm not gonna click on it because I don't know who that guy is, but he left a voice message.
Also, if I'm in school right now, school is the ChatGPT would answer every question. I may never do anything again.
The dumbing down of America, shot at. I mean, right there.
Right, how you need the essay when? How many pages? I'll be right back.
Well, folks. Now we're gonna spiral a little bit. Folks are going to come out with an AI that checks for AI, right? Like, there's gonna be some type of something for it.
This is just like NIL deals right now. It's the wild, wild west, baby. I'm trying to get to college tomorrow. How many essays I need? All right. It's gonna take me some time, but I'll be right back with this essay. Man,
Speaking of high school kids, man, this dude right here was so mad that Russell Westbrook walked past him. The caption is, "I can't unsee the before and after of dude in the background." For Russell Westbrook, it is hilarious. Russ tried to give him dap. Russ walked right past him. Yee, Big Mac.
Man, he is tight.
He's super tight.
You never want to get caught in that vulnerable moment where you're really genuinely frustrated, especially something like this where there's another man you're reaching out to. And we all take L's in life, and this is yours. Hold that L.
Ooh, this an L, bro. This an L. Somebody said
you know your social media.
They said he's gonna rip all his Russell Westbrook posters off the wall. Do kids still put posters up?
And he probably wasn't even that mad. But now you caught me looking, man. I look sick right now.
I wonder if he was live. That's why he's really tight, because he can't take it down. If you had went on live and tried to get a handshake from Russ and he just walked past you?
He looks like that dude that faked to be the police officer so he could try to see Beyonce this weekend.
Meg Thee Stallion.
I mean, not Beyonce, Meg Thee Stallion. It's embarrassing. Y'all are wilding out here in these streets.
Before we move on, we missed a few conversations while the Chinese weather balloons. You said Joe Biden invited Iowa.
No. We not putting that on Smokey Joe. Jill Biden said that she hopes that Joe Biden will invite both the LSU women's champion basketball team and also Iowa because they played so hard.
Jill. You are first lady. I gotta be respectful because, as you can see, Chinese weather balloons can sabotage us. We know what the United States intelligence agencies can do.
Hold on, wait 1 second. That situation where your lady gets you in trouble and it's something you had nothing to do with. You was minding your business, doing whatever you was doing. These other countries over here trying to super country up together with a new currency, and your wife is wild.
Why would you? That How long Joe been in office? This is
We
third
don't
year.
know.
We don't care.
We don't know.
We done lost two. I'll be having to go all the way back to 2008 and add 4 every time to figure out when the people about the election about to come up.
Oh, this. Win the election again.
2024, dog. 2024.
Oh,
I mean, you've been here since 2020, bro. Not once have you invited the loser to come to the White House ever because they played hard. That has never happened in the history of sports until now. Jill, you're going to have to go sit down somewhere, and that's the nicest way I can say it.
And Jill, I feel bad for Jill because I think that she spoke without thinking. I think she didn't check the temperature in the room. I don't think that she had any self-awareness. And I don't know what she was thinking. Ma'am, I need you to understand that even though you may not think that this is it, right now the country believes that LSU represents the people of color, and I will represent the non-people of color. And in this situation, when you invite those people as a consolation prize, like the winner, it looks like you're stepping on the winner.
Jill,
and
calm down. Listen, all I got is you got to go sit down. Like, that's all I got. I don't have anything else.
I'm not saying that you said that, but I'm telling you the message that you are communicating. And I hope that that isn't the message that you're hoping to communicate, but I'm going to tell you how. And there, Vanessa said it. Sometimes, once again, stop talking out of your ass. Just shut up. Y'all are embarrassing yourself.
You know how easy it is to just be quiet? It's so easy. And I just said that the white men are the ones, and then here comes Jill. Right on down the road.
Well, we asked for that. I asked for that specifically. I said that at least let it be women's business, and ta-da, does not take.
There's a woman. There's the business. Talk about working fast.
You, I have to be very careful what you speak into existence because it will happen, and sometimes it'll happen very fast. But Jill, damn, man,
we about to get we churchy. What God say? Be specific with your prayers. Be specific with your prayers. Oh Lord, are you gonna get some strife before that blessing?
Poor Joe. He just trying to make it. And here your old lady that got you into some Twitter tearing your ass up, and you don't even know how to send a tweet on that phone.
Joe still got that
There's so many
antenna
things.
phone, bruh. Oh, Joe, he just trying to get out of office. Joe trying to stay for another 4 years.
Kamala is in the corner right now like, oh, my God. Why would you do that?
This is not a political podcast, but come on, bro.
Oh, man.
Come on, Jill.
No, but we are a funny podcast. I like to laugh. I don't care who you vote for, but I'm going to laugh. I mean, read the fucking room, man.
Read the room, bro.
There's always that one person in the room who's going to say something they have no business saying. I know because that's typically me. Jill, you got it today, big dog. I wish I could have been in the room when that came out. You know everybody was like.
Oh, man. Hey, man, I'm from HBCU Go. I'm going to go ahead and publish that statement right now. LSU's a PWI. Don't matter. We're going to publish that today. That's going to be right on the front news of everything. Dang. And you know what sucks?
Basketball national championship on, and you're more relevant right now.
That sucks for Caitlin Clark. That sucks for Caitlin Clark. Shut it. My heart goes out to the blacks, of course, but it sucks for Caitlin Clark.
We ain't gonna make it to y'all. Just enjoy these podcasts while we have them. Clearly, the Chinese weather balloon trying to cut us off every week now. Whatever, if we don't get missed by that, Reggie gonna say it. He gonna say it, Lord, and he disrespected the president's wife.
I disrespect. I just told her she got to sit down. I could be disrespectful. I mean, come on, bro. As you said, read the room. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Yeah. Come on, man.
And I really don't think that's what she was going for. But
she hadn't invited any other loser. She been in the White House for 8 years.
Well, let me tell you, you do not want to lose to Reggie. Because did y'all hear the way he said loser?
Come on, man. What you want me? You want me to be nice and say second place? No, she a loser. They a loser. Just like if LSU lost. Come on, man.
Really
The reason I'm saying it this way is because if LSU lost and Iowa won, and you think Jill Biden would come out and say, I hope they invite LSU to the White House because they both played hard? Man, hell no. He ain't never said that about nobody that has dark skin tone ever. Come on, bro. Let's call a spade a spade.
The only way LSU was going to make it to the White House is if they won a championship. What? The only way.
Last time they done been to Baton Rouge. That ain't on the presidential tour.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We out here now. We back. I'm back again. Out here on Angel
Reggie
Reese.
said, loser.
How that be losing, bro? You ain't never seen nobody get invited to loser, Shawty. And I hate to say loser, but I need to make the point. She lost. Last time you heard somebody say that we need to invite the loser to the White House, bro. You're the loser. You're the first loser. There's 66 teams and 65 losers and one winner. You are the first.
Yo.
I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth, man.
You loser.
Why y'all doing this to LSU? Come on, bro. You would never invite LSU, Jill. You never would invite LSU. Y'all would never call Caitlin Clark an asshole or a motherfucker because she did the shit, right? Come on, man. Y'all full of shit, bro. All y'all full of shit.
Yeah.
Jill, you just need to sit down. I'm not gonna say you full of shit because I'm scared of the government. But
hey, man, these weather balloons, it's messing with us, man. But I mean, all jokes aside, just if anything, have a little bit more self-awareness. At the very least, just have a little more self-awareness.
Speaking of self-awareness,
and stop tweeting.
Let's get back to Dylan. Woo! So Russell Westbrook had a week. We were finishing up the Russell Westbrook talk before we were so rudely interrupted by bias and racism again.
Yo, y'all done said y'all. Hey, he is on a dare right now. He angry as Russ.
Russ and Dylan Brooks got into it. Dylan Brooks. So Dylan Brooks Dylan Brooks has leaned into being the villain of the NBA. Anthony Edwards is caught on tape telling Dylan Brooks, stop playing with me. Of course, everything with him and Donovan Mitchell. Now with him and Russ and Dylan Brooks were going at it, and Russ had triple-double on him. I think he had a 36-point triple-double on him in this game. And Dylan Brooks was talking noise to him, and Russ stopped the game, was supposed to go shoot free throws, turned around and said, boy, you trash, what's up? You trash. The only other person that I know that has done that this season in recent history that I know is Mr. Draymond Green, who said, are you going to do something? Are you going to do something? No, because you're a female dog. You're not going to do nothing. That's on tape. Those are these two.
Wait, time out. We are going to address the overarching issue in the room right now. We talk about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and the men are doing this. He stopped. He stopped the free throw and said, you're trash.
What are you gonna do about it?
No face sign, no ring point. You are trash.
And we applaud it. We love it, which we do. I love it. When this happened, we were in the group chat like, yo, Russ going off. Vintage Russ, Dylan Brooks done pissed them off. Woo, Dylan Brooks is hey, man, this is what the league needed. That was the overarching thing about Dylan Brooks. This is what the league needed. Everybody's too buddy.
We have a whole segment of Golden State versus Memphis. And the two women do it, and then suddenly the whole world is erupted. Boy, the hypocrisy is at unprecedented levels at this point. Glad y'all still locked into the Splashcast. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe, because we are the realest podcast in the world.
Yeah, man. We're going to talk about it even when others don't. But, yeah, Russ and Dylan Brooks. Woo! All right, let's move on. Have you heard the news about Twitter? Twitter is now making you pay $5 to get the blue check. I love black people. No mistake about it, because we all think the same way. No matter how much money you have, well, most black people. There's a certain type, I'm not going to say that. A lot of black people, There's a lot of money that no matter how much money you have, this beer kicking in, this shot that I done had kicking in, I'm off the rails out here.
Lord, we just
I'm
wanna
telling
make
it
it
like
to
it is.
100.
You want some truth?
100.
This is the Truth Podcast. This is the Paul Pierce.
But Trinity, I'm just trying to make it. Just let me get to episode 100 as you were, man.
Patrinacy may have to make us broadcast from our own website because I don't know what I'm gonna say there. Could you imagine? We don't know. The economy is imploding. Women can't play basketball. You paying $5 for checks. They banning TikTok. They got Chinese weather balloons. They not producing oil anymore. You know what's going on in the world. We got to make it 3 more weeks.
Yes, without a doubt. And we're gonna make it 3 more weeks, just like LeBron is. He is not playing for the check. Neither is Ludacris. Neither is Atlanta Rays, and surely neither is the Splash Cast.
Ain't paying
if for
$5
any
to be
reason you need
verified.
to verify us, just reach out at diveteammedia.com. We'll respond right back. What's up, big dog? It's real. And yeah, I like LeBron being extremely frugal. Billionaires being frugal makes perfect sense to me.
That man said, well, guess my blue check will be gone soon because if you know me, you know I ain't paying the $5. Ain't nobody paying a monthly subscription for a blue check, bro. Not happening. Nope, not doing it. This will be short-lived, I can tell you that. Like when Instagram tried to roll out all them extra features like 5 years ago with like Clubhouse and all of that, all that's going to be short-lived. They're going to get out of all of that. That's going to be out of there.
I will say I know everybody else hates Twitter. I think Twitter is an excellent app.
Twitter probably is one of the best apps one of the best technological advances in mankind created. It is a way to get news real time anywhere in the world at one time. You get news real time anywhere in the world. That's amazing.
I will tell you that if as a person, we are Black creators with a show, Twitter is the fastest place to get whatever you need. Now you need to verify, but if you need to find a video, Instagram is hours behind.
Yes. And in today's age, hours might as well be days or weeks. So
yeah.
But LeBron said it don't matter. You just gonna have to hope that King James is me. Because if it's King James and you're not sure, I'm not paying the $5.
Nice. Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't. On the next episode
of Dragon Ball Z. Oh man. But let's get back to it. So New Orleans and the Warriors.
Look at Herb. Look at Draymond, yo. He's like,
Draymond,
what the?
Draymond. Every time you think Draymond proves to be a detriment to the team, he goes and does the most intangibliest thing you could possibly do. You light a fire under the team when they getting blown out. New Orleans was playing Golden State.
What are you mad about, big dog?
New Orleans was playing Golden State and was down by 20 in the first half, getting absolutely boat raced. And Draymond just decided, UConn about to win this. Draymond just decided that we are not going to lose. We need a fire and literally tried to fight everybody. This was after the scuffle with Herb Jones on the ground. It really wasn't a scuffle, but it was a scuffle. Draymond just being Draymond. And Herb Jones looking at him like, bro, what are you doing? And Draymond clapping. And Herb looks at him like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, y'all see him? I ain't even doing nothing. Steve Kerr had to come get Draymond was so turned up trying to get them back in the game. Steve Kerr went and got Draymond and put him on the bench and said, yo, you need to calm down.
No. What you're missing is Steve had already swapped Draymond out. Draymond is so amped, he's not paying attention. Son, you was already headed to the bench. That's the reason if you look at him, he's laughing at him. There's nothing. He's so locked in at that moment that he does not know he's already been subbed out.
Yeah, and Herb Jones is like, bro, he's not even supposed to be here.
Right, you're not on the floor. That messes up all of your anger. Like that removes all your swag because now you're way too high. You gotta like walk to the bench mad about it, bro.
Yeah,
you're not in the game right now.
But I mean, and then there's also Draymond talking trash. So, and this is what I was referencing earlier when he was talking to CJ McCollum.
I think he was talking to Brandon Ingram.
No, he was not. He was talking to CJ McCollum. He was talking. This was on the end when they were sitting there, and he had already been separated. And CJ McCollum, when they were talking, he said, "Yo, are you going?" Well, here we go. I just play it.
17th technical, but now one
Draymond
more, he will be
getting into it.
suspended again.
I want to see if Draymond because he's always gotten the front.
You got to make sure Draymond doesn't get a second one here. That would cost him Friday's game.
It's interesting because you don't call a T for actual contact right there, I think. But then when they came together.
So you can't hear it, but in the background while the commentators are talking, because they're on the floor in the press seats, you hear Draymond say, "Shut your bitch ass up! Shut your bitch ass up! Are you gonna do something? Are you gonna do something? Are you gonna do something? No,
Are
'cause
you
you
gonna
a bitch."
do something?
It said no, because you're a bitch. I was like, wow. Wow. And we know Draymond will at least throw a punch. He got a club punch. Got it on him.
Not.
Nope.
Basketball players are soft. Was this a hard foul? Yes, but was this really the hardest foul? No.
Well, I mean, I think it was no basketball play.
Like he
that's
dropped his shoulder. He didn't try to
No,
like.
that's a flagrant foul.
sling you
He didn't make
down.
he made no play on the ball. Now, you are right
Okay.
about Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is starting to get into the Jordan Clarkson role of you be ready
always
to square up,
right
but you'll
there.
never fight. But Brandon Ingram, he be ready to go though. But
No, he looks like he's ready to go. Not ready to go means hey, it's go. And that's
you don't
not
think
it.
Brandon Ingram can fight?
But
I do.
More walking and talking for everybody.
But that's
this to me
basketball in
is just
general
soft.
though. Lonzo tried to tell y'all.
Yeah.
Lonzo, these boys don't really want to fight.
But
Nobody
also,
really wants to
yes,
fight in the NBA.
as much as everybody's like, oh, Draymond goes. This team is also getting Andrew Wiggins back here, from what I understand, here pretty soon. And with Andrew Wiggins, I think this is a different team. And clearly, Draymond got them a win. That's a Draymond win.
He got him a win. He did get him a win. Now, speaking of getting them a win, they went into halftime down 20, came back after half, and Clay went crazy. Clay went crazy. Steph went crazy. Jordan Poole had 14 in the fourth, and Clay hit a deep three to put the game away after being up 20. And this was the reaction. So,
How many points does Zion have?
Ooh, that's hurt.
Oh, that is terrible. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's unbelievable. No way. This can't happen.
Ooh, Willie Green.
Yo,
Yeah.
Look at
Look
Jonas.
at the hurt. Oh, look at the
This
hurt.
is terrible.
Ah.
Oh, he knew he had internet gold too.
Oh, ooh,
Jackson,
Hayes.
when you can,
Oh, and they
And then
pointed
that man
and
over there.
laughed.
you, y'all trash.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah, that's you. You trash. Oh man,
Clay's
Willie Green
crazy.
don't deserve this, yo. This is tragic.
Nah, Willie Green got
Oh,
them turned
my
around. He
God.
don't deserve that Zion getting out there getting.
Mm,
Zion, the new
boy.
street clothes. Shout out to AD. You got out of there. The street clothes, New Orleans.
Y'all
They need to
let-
open up a apparel store in New Orleans. Street clothes.
What you
Zion's,
mean? AD didn't
Zion's
play when he
best.
was the power forward for them. Zion don't play. They need to just stop drafting power forwards. They need to go with. They need to go with another small forward, maybe two centers. That small forward position is not working out in New Orleans, boy. Jeez.
That power forward ain't it, bro. That power forward ain't it. So moving on, man. So Aaliyah Boston, calling Kyrie Irving. She was probably a top 3
Maybe, yeah.
player. She's the star of South Carolina and top 3 popular. She said the most famous person she has is Kyrie Irving. Did Kyrie answer? I don't remember. Did Kyrie answer here?
Yes, he does. Which is specifically why I put this on. It is a longer video, but one thing while they do this beginning part, nobody reports about this part. The good parts of Kyrie. You don't have to take this phone call.
Oh, she called him and he called her back.
How are you? Hello, can you hear me? Is there service? Hello? Oh, it's no service. It's just no service. Hello? Hello?
Shout out to
It's
Just
okay.
Women's Sports as well.
I think it might be my service too. You're doing okay? Yes, I'm doing all right. Just call to say hi. You know, we're getting ready for March Madness. And
I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you. We're just getting ready to compete. Zaya on my team wants to say hi, and so does the team. Is it okay if they say hi?
Of course.
Sorry. Sorry.
You guys keep doing it from afar, right?
Thank you.
I'm really, really proud of you guys. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Now, we say this all the time. Kyrie deserves all the jokes that we give him.
And he'll get them.
But it is true that two things. You are correct. Nobody covers the good parts of Kyrie. Nobody covers him donating to single moms. Nobody covers him giving words of inspiration. Nobody knows that he's giving his number out.
Paying WNBA salaries.
Paying WNBA salaries. Doing all of these things. Nobody talks about that with Kyrie Irving. And the second thing I want to point out again, this is Aaliyah Boston, star player for University of South Carolina. This right here just shows you that she is still young. They are all fanning out over Kyrie Irving, as if they're
Rightfully
just
so.
young. They're just little girls. They're just, at the end of the day, and I don't mean little girls as in they're little girls, but I mean they're 19. Angel Reese is 19, 20. They are 18 to 22-year-olds.
Yep.
And y'all out
They
here
Portnoy cussed out a girl like that.
cussed
today.
out a 19-year-old girl.
You sick, boy.
Well, Dave Portnoy, he got a lot of
You
stuff
are a
going on. He got a lot of
nasty
stuff.
man, boy.
Yeah, boy. But you got all of that, and this just goes to show the innocence of collegiate sports and basketball, and y'all making it so terrible, man. Y'all are so
y'all
terrible.
cussed out a girl. Y'all cussed out a girl this age. Boy, you are a sicko.
And she looked like she's like 17, 18, 19. I mean, she looked like she's still, they're still young. Like, now, this dude here, though. This dude is 14 years old and he's 6 foot.
This a lie. I know a lie when I see it. But look, first of all, he's only what you mean only? He look like he been playing for Duke for 7 years.
So Adrian Isaac is a 14-year-old who is 6'10", full beard, full goatee.
Danny Almonte is his name. I don't know if y'all remember who that is, but just type in Danny Almonte, Little League World Series, and you'll see this face. Look at hell
this.
no.
Look at this.
You can't
if
play
I'm
my
14,
child. Either.
let's see. 14, that means 14 is 8th grade, 9th grade, 5 years, 9. Yeah, that's 9th grade. So if he's this,
he
this
look like Ace and Tatum.
grade.
What you talking about, man?
This is definitely 8th grade though. This is middle school.
If he's playing my kid, I'm playing.
First off, if I'm the point guard, wherever he plays, I'm playing, and I'm giving him the ball every time. You gonna get me all the way through college for free.
You need to play at a different middle school. You need to play at a high school, middle school, because this.
I'm about to say, what middle school you want him to play at, where 6'10" is gonna make a difference? He is the number
Oak
one
Hill
middle
Academy,
schooler.
where he belongs.
Just go play there
as a high school student. Man, you see how his feet moving? No, man, this is fake. This is all a lie. He already has a part-time job. He works at Foot Locker. He's going to prom this year. He has a girlfriend. There is no way that this kid is in middle school. That's a lie. And I told you, if y'all question why we had what's the oldest age of kid you can beat, it's because of him. I know I cannot beat him if he's really 14. So now I'm looking at like 12-year-olds. So it's a harsh reality
16.
that I cannot beat the best teenager in the world in basketball.
His name
that
is
does not make
Adrian
me feel
Isaac.
good as I turn 37 in a week and a half.
His name is Adrian Isaac, bro. Like, as like his
Matisse
older brother
Thybulle.
or his whatever. He looks like he's like 19, 20, and I bet you he still talks like he probably sounds like a grown man, but he's like a 14-year-old. He's a 14-year-old
with a full goatee, and he's 8 feet tall.
6'10".
Oh, we going everywhere with you, bro. He's so
man.
tall. He looked like, back in the day when they used to do the cartoons and 3 kids would stack on top of each other. That's who he is. He's not a real human. I don't
He ain't
believe
even
that for
playing
one
real
minute. Not if he's
basketball. He's
14.
just trying
This
to rip
is a
the
sham.
ball. He ain't even really doing nothing.
Show me your parents. I must immediately see your parents.
Yeah.
And if it's
'cause
anything
if your
other than
parents
something that I
5'5",
can make
then
up in my head, it's over. You know what? I hate to be this guy. No Barack Obama, but show me his birth certificate.
At 6'10" at 14, you probably think you're used to it.
You're not
used
that
to 6'10",
coordinated
14.
that fast.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's been tall his whole life, you just gotta get used to it. If he's been tall his whole life,
You think he walks out, Reggie? You have a baby, so you know how they start out. You think he started out this tall? That's something else. Maybe he just came out the womb 3.5 feet tall.
Hey, maybe. Hey, that motherfucker said, what's the baby? Oh, well, 36 inches, 20 pounds, 10 ounces. I'm sorry, what? You had a toddler? You had a toddler? You had a kindergartner? You had a kindergartner?
My baby came out as a 3rd grader?
Oh,
yeah, he can actually talk.
He got Benjamin Button syndrome. He gonna be 75 at 2'7". Watch. You going backwards.
Oh my God, yo, that dude's not 14 years old. That's actually Victor Wembanyama's little brother.
It looks like it.
Ain't no way. Tell me anything.
But yeah, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the basketball segment. Thank you for staying tuned with us through the Chinese weather balloons. We got one more segment to go, the football segment, where we're going to talk about a few things, including ice cream, Trey Lance trade, J.J. Watt, of course Lamar, and some disrespectful win-loss projections, man. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, hold up. I actually trust Trey Young's late game shooting more than I trust that kid's birth certificate.
Boy, that's bad. That's bad. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final segment of episode 97 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition, Monday Night Raw. Our football segment, man, we got a few things we're going to talk about today. You always know news around football. We talk about college first, then we get to the NFL. Not a lot going on in college. It is spring practice. Excitement for Georgia. Excitement for everybody. It's the beginning of hope, right? It's the beginning of the season. Everybody has hope for a good season. Florida, I think y'all started y'all spring practice. Y'all have a couple transfers. Billy Napier. Billy Napier now.
I would, if I could get Billy Donovan and get rid of Billy Napier, life would be on the up and up.
But Billy Napier now he's gotten everybody off the team that doesn't fit his profile. Norwood always makes me laugh about Florida football because he talks about the screens and everything and how Billy Napier only threw screens. But I feel like Florida is in like the forever trying to run the Spurrier offense or variations of it without Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier ran a lot of screens and a lot of deep passes. Florida just runs a lot of screens. That's what all of them did. And I think that's what they're trying to run. But you never know, man.
It is.
I don't know who y'all quarterback is, though. Who y'all quarterback?
Neither do I, because we probably don't have one, because he'll get kicked out of school for child pornography, or we won't pay him the money that we
that's my subconscious petty, because I didn't
maybe
think
he'll
about
just
that
go
at all.
somewhere else. I don't know if we have a quarterback. I assume that we probably will run the Wildcat offense. I think that might be an upgrade other than just throwing obvious screens with Billy Napier. And yes, even though our team was middling at very best and we did lose to Vanderbilt, our quarterback is going to be a top 10 quarterback in the draft.
He interviewed with the Falcons.
You're probably as puzzled as me having a quarterback that's going to get drafted that high and the NFL being able to see that value, but your own coach, not so much. That's just me.
The
Hawks
least
don't know
will
how to act.
become
Braves
the
hit
worst will
home runs
become
though,
first.
baby. Know that. That's all I got. That's all I got.
The worst become first.
Very
the
small
meek,
joys in life right
the
now.
The meek shall inherit the earth. I'm going to forever remind you that you said the same thing about all Georgia players and how they have great pro careers and they're world beaters. In Georgia, they always can't see it. And now, the same thing happened. You guys lose some games that you're not supposed to lose, and you just happen to lose the games that you're supposed to lose too. So I'm going to let you know that you said that. And it's funny how the tables have turned. But with UGA, the defending two-time national champions, spring practice has kicked off, and we got to replace. I never thought I would say this. We have to replace Stetson Bennett.
Literally anybody.
So we got, of course, we have the three quarterback race going. Carson, Beck, and the other two guys.
Hey, so let me ask you a question. Quick question. Mm-hmm. Out of the three quarterback, who is the worst quarterback?
Worst talent-wise? There's different.
Just worst. Out of the three, which is the one you would least like to be as your quarterback?
It's two different things. Least like to be, I don't, none really. I like them all. Gunnar Stockton is probably the worst just because he doesn't get enough reps. Carson Beck is the best arm talent. Brock Vandagriff is the best of both worlds.
Okay, well, Gunnar is the guy who will definitely be your starting quarterback. Even though they may win, Georgia's going to find a way to pick the worst guy and start him. That's their thing. I don't know why they like to find the worst quarterback and start him. I think maybe it's a hope or belief thing to the rest of the team, or maybe it's just sharpening everybody else to know that you will constantly have to carry your less than mediocre quarterback because you will pick the wrong guy every time.
Well, that would bother me back in the day when we had like Mark Richt, whatever, where we couldn't overcome terrible decisions. But when you pick the worst quarterback, but you have the best everything else, you deal with it.
I'm not saying that entire story is factually accurate, without a doubt. But y'all still gonna pick the worst quarterback for sure.
That's fine with me. As if worst quarterback equals 3-time champion, I ain't got. What can I argue with? What I'm gonna say? What you gonna say to Kirby? Don't do it. Don't do it.
Come on, Kirby. Go ahead. Go pick the worst one and make everybody else better.
Hey, he like, bro, it works.
Is that the Jedi mind trick? Is do not pick the best quarterback because it makes the rest of the team play harder?
That would be a Nick Saban move, and he was under Nick Saban.
Oh my God!
That is a Nick
I'm just gonna make
move.
everybody else better, and I'm gonna make this dude worse.
So, the one thing about the defense is the defense carries the team, even though they allowed 48 points to Ohio State. They ended up making plays when they had to, some legal, some illegal, whatever, depending on what side you on. But Javon Bullard is known for knocking Marvin Harrison Jr. Huh?
I said good people on both sides. I couldn't resist.
Marvin Harrison
I could
Jr.
not resist.
Knocked Marvin Harrison Jr. out of the game against UGA in the college football playoff semifinal. And that turned out to be the changing point in the game because Ohio State only scored, I think, 6 points after that point. Up to that edition, they had 42. So, and Marvin Harrison Jr. had 3 touchdowns. But Javon Bullard is now being honored with his NIL deal called, he has his own ice cream. There's the hit. I just want to pause it right there. That's the one that knocked Marvin Harrison Jr. out of the game. And now he has his own ice cream.
Win the ball game. Alumni Cookie Dough in Athens will launch its Bullard's Buckeye Crunch Cookie Dough starting April 1st through the 5th.
Bullard's Buckeye Crunch Cookie Dough. Troll of all trolls.
No, because I'm not done. Let me get a gallon of that. Send it to old Marvin Harrison Jr. Hold that, my friend.
I would do that for sure.
Without a doubt. I am that level of petty. I am 100% okay with it and 100% comfortable. I would send that, hey, man, hold that. Hold that L. I want you to enjoy this ice cream they named after me crushing you, my friend.
Just know Marvin Harrison Jr. would be the top, if not the top draft pick, one of the top 3 draft picks this year if he were eligible.
and they still named an ice cream after you, fam. They call you Sweet. I'm disrespectful.
Well, I didn't expect that one. Shout out to the Buckeyes. What's up, Tremaine? I ain't forgot.
The clip stay loaded. It stay loaded. Get that hammer on me now at any point.
But let's get to the NFL. And probably, we always talk about front office fucking up, right? We talked about it last week with the Ravens. We talked about it a little bit with the 49ers, but we say we're going to get more into that this week. John Lynch says, who is the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame safety, hard-hitting safety, is now the GM of the 49ers. He said last week that Brock has probably earned that right to be the guy over Trey Lance. We just want to remind, and of course, Josh Darnold, but
Scam Darnold.
Let's remind
he knows so little about Sam Darnold that he called him a whole different person.
Scott,
we wanted to call him Josh Rosen, but we've also forgotten about him.
I call him Josh
Darnold. Yeah. Like when your grandmother just called people names and she gets to the person she really trying to talk to.
When she got 15 grandkids, she'd be like, you.
Cedric, Freddie, you, Chris,
Ernest, Ernest baby, come here, Ernest. No, but
Josh, he called him Josh Darnold. That person does not exist.
Or does
not
it?
Here.
That'd be a whole quarterback. That'd be a whole quarterback. That's half bad.
Artificial
half bad.
intelligence. ChatGPT, create Josh Darnold. I need Josh Rosen, Scam Darnold, any other miscellaneous middling quarterbacks with no speed.
Yeah. But let's talk about what the 49ers gave up. And this is why I said there's no way that they can't play Trey Lance, similar to the Bears that did the same thing for Justin Fields. The 49ers in 2021, to get to the number 3 draft pick, they gave up a 2021 first-round pick, a 2022 first-round pick, a 2022 third-round pick, and a 2023 first-round pick. That 2021 to the Dolphins. That pick turned into the 2021 first-round pick turned into Jalen Waddle. The 2022 first-round pick that they gave up, the Dolphins used that in the Tyreek Hill trade that went to the Texans. Went to the Patriots. Eventually went to the Patriots. The 2022 third-round pick, they drafted Channing Tindall, who ended up being a starting linebacker at the end of the year. And then the 2023 first-round pick was traded to the Dolphins, which was then traded to the Saints for Sean Payton. Also, in that 2021 first-round pick, the Eagles ended up trading that, and it turned into Micah Parsons for the Cowboys. That's cool. I'm just going to let you know that I said Tyreek Hill, Micah Parsons, and Jalen Waddle all were in the trade packages that you traded for Trey Lance. And now you're trying to start Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy. The very last pick.
That means you traded all of that and got nothing. Nothing. You didn't get anything. Michael Parsons alone paid for. Jalen Waddle alone paid for. This is so yes. If John Lynch, you are the Herschel Walker of the week, otherwise known as a fool. This is embarrassing. I don't know.
So what do you think they're gonna do? What do you think they're gonna do?
I personally cannot mentally understand why you would say this when nobody asked you this. And if they did ask you, all you had to say was, I want all my guys to get healthy. I want to go into a good quarterback competition. And then from there, we'll decide who's the best and pick a winner then. Nobody told you to pick Brock Purdy, who's not even going to be healthy. So out of all the options, this was by far the stupidest.
I don't get it. I don't know what you're going to do. You have Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and Nate Sudfeld. I don't know where you go from here, but you have to play Trey Lance. It's a no-win for Trey Lance. It's a no-win for the 49ers. You either made a stupid trade or you trade him and get some stuff back. I don't know what you do. So,
congratulations for putting a fantastic team around, putting a fantastic team together, and also congratulations on being the most inept at getting and maintaining a quarterback.
And they're so good.
Laughable.
They're so good. They're good at every other position. Every single one.
Every one. And it's so, the team is so good, and this quarterback situation is so stupid. It deserves a Netflix documentary. It is. I can't put it together in my head in a way where you just constantly just find, at best, Jimmy Garoppolo is the best of what you've had. And he hasn't been the best. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo can remember the last time he was the best.
Jimmy, when was the last time he started? Before he ain't.
Reggie is a perfect example why you don't let your relatives speak all the time, because they talk way too plain. He did. Hey, son, when's the last time you was the number one quarterback around here?
He just got paid.
You look like you're riding on. You look like coattails to me, son.
As ESPN called him, shout out to porn star Jimmy. He's parlayed his way into another $60-something million contract. Hey man,
son, you're looking like a carrot ass to me. You can't do nothing.
So with the new collective bargaining agreement in the NFL, they are able to propose different rule changes and everything going on. One of the rule changes that the owners have offered up was flexing Sunday games to Thursday, depending on the importance or relevance of the game to the overall playoff picture. Number one, J.J. Watt was like, what are you talking about? Player safety. You can't make this decision and also preach that player safety is a priority. Number two, the fans. People spending hard-earned money to see their team play. Who's paying to change their plans? A lot of people can't go to games there on Thursdays. That's why they go on Sundays. This is a poorly thought out plan by the NFL, and I'd be surprised if this rule actually passes.
This, to me, is extremely surprising. It is extremely self-aware. It's very aware for a guy who you might not expect that about. When it comes to NFL players, he is what I would consider an NFL golden boy. The majority of those guys, when it comes to things that may ruffle the feathers of the NFL owners, a lot of those guys stay out of those topics.
Yep. And while we're here, shout out to UConn. They win the national championship. Shout out to the DMV, Angel Reese, and UConn star player. His name escapes me right now. But they actually grew up together, playing basketball together, and apparently she used to bust his ass, according to his words. And now he's a star player on UConn. So shout out to UConn and the DMV. Back to JJ. To the NFL, this is an awful, awful thought. There's no way that you should be able to flex games and you'll be able to honor the tickets. If the game is about the fans, and I will say the NFL has made strides in organization-fan relationships, especially pertaining to the cost of tickets and the cost of the experience of going to a game. More and more, shout out to Arthur Blank leading that charge, more and more teams are going to the $2 hot dogs, $3 hamburgers. You know, you can get a full meal for $5 to $10 and able to feed a family, and it's driven up attendance. This is in the opposite direction when you do that. People can't pivot like pro athletes can. They don't have that freedom.
And I like this as a person who's now that not only an NFL golden boy, but also an elder statesman. You're out of the NFL now. So at this point, you can speak freely without having to worry about, any type of Lamar type of collusion or any of those type of things. You can just, give a true uninterested, non-vested, non-biased interest. The only thing that you're truly looking for is, better results for athletes and a better game for the players.
Safety.
So
Safety.
I mean,
this
in
has
the
nothing to do with safety. This is putting
yeah,
money
so,
before
like,
the players.
This is trash, and the NFL, you should listen to J.J. Watt in this case. If you don't, you're playing yourself.
You definitely.
But you guys
should,
will do
man.
it too, man.
Speaking of BS,
no, this is BC.
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was asked about or commented on trying to get Lamar. Of course, all fan bases are like, y'all need to go after Lamar. All fan bases have said that. Asante Samuel says, Lamar Jackson, my brother, trust me, you don't want to play for Belichick. Matthew Judon says, hush up, it's different over here. Who was Asante Samuel, former Atlanta Falcon and New England Patriot. Matthew Judon, former Baltimore Raven and current New England Patriot. Lamar would never go to New England. Belichick would never take Lamar. I don't think.
If you took the fun out of football for the greatest quarterback of all time, what do you expect you to do for me? Also,
That's
while
true.
we're here, I'm
That's
not going to
true.
stay. I'm not going to belabor this point. But how many more seasons does Bill Belichick get to be not very good at football before we ask, is he good at football?
Oh, I mean, 6 championships, dog. No matter how you slice it, 6 championships afford you to do whatever you really want for a while.
For how long though? So say he goes another 10 years and he just
I
it's
think
all he just
I think he'll be first of all.
Mac
Bill Belichick
Jones
is
it
in
out.
he's in his 60s, so I don't think he has 10 years to coach. I think
Why
the game
not?
will evolve.
I
past
assume
him.
Belichick has nothing else to do with his life but coach football.
But I don't. I think he'll be forced to retire. At that point, I don't think they'll keep him. They'll Tom Landry him. They'll get him out of there. They're forcing him to retire.
But also, I mean, let's be real here. Y'all seen these last 5 or 6 drafts? When was the last time Belichick drafted a good player? Now that's where
offensive line and linebackers. That's what he drafts. But what you're also seeing is people are leaving. More and more people are leaving the Patriots. That didn't happen before. A lot of people used to stay. That's how they got all that.
You want to know why it didn't happen before? Because Tom was
Brady.
there. And when Tom was there, times was good. Now you got Mac Jones. You might as well have Mike Jones.
Hey, and speaking of the Patriots and their rivals, for a long time it was Brady versus Manning, and of course everybody in Indianapolis is like, "Hey Reggie, go help Indianapolis get Lamar Jackson. You're from Florida, just like Lamar." Reggie Wayne said, "Well, y'all stop adding me to tell the coach to get Lamar. I have no way of making your wish come true. Hell, I'm still trying to get my kids to listen to me, let alone an organization."
That's funny.
That's hilarious. And I don't think Lamar, I mean, from a football standpoint, the Colts make sense. They got a good defense. They have weapons on offense. They have a good running game. They have a decent offensive line, even though they fell off a cliff last year. They play indoors. They play indoors.
Jim Irsay.
That's the part I was getting to. But you got Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay knows he's about to go get Will Levis. We know what's about to happen.
Jim Irsay went and got Jeff Saturday, who's never coached, and said, "Oh yeah, I want a guy with no experience. That's what I'm looking for." Man, my job and that man cannot be in the same place at the same time. He does not have good career management. He is rich beyond everybody else's dreams. He can do whatever he wants to. Because if this doesn't work out for him, it's just a game of Madden. Me, this is my livelihood. Can't do it.
Well, they got a new head coach now, Shane Steichen.
He's the Saturday cleanup crew.
He was the Eagles offensive coordinator. So, I mean, if it's now that I've seen that they hired him, it really doesn't make any sense why they don't get Lamar. You literally have a better version of Jalen Hurts.
That dude from the Eagles is a PR move after I messed up the first coach. Just be here for a couple years. We're going to try to draft a quarterback. If we hit, we're going to move you out of here. We're going to pick another coach that I want, and I'll do a little bit better job than what I did last time. Maybe by then I'll call
think he's
Jeff
a
Saturday
placeholder?
again.
They treating him like a black quarterback. I mean, a black head coach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He just need a different type of cleanup. This is the old David Tully special. Hey, run that David Tully. Run the David Tully.
Yeah, man. Hawkins, that's his name for UConn. Sorry. Yeah, man, it sucks. But, I mean, he's getting his experience, so he'll go back to being a coordinator again or whatever. I'm interested to see how this quarterback stuff plays out. I will say that. I'm very interested to see how this draft plays out for the quarterbacks. Let's get disrespectful.
Let's go, Anthony.
Let's get disrespectful real quick. These are the 2023 over/under projections. So here's the baseline. San Francisco over/under for wins in the NFC, 11.5. The lowest being the Cardinals at 5.5. Right? Y'all see that over there? See the Falcons? Our over/under projection is 7.5 wins.
Okay, so I want to get to some things that I find. There is nothing here that I don't find extremely. And some of this is just elite level disrespect. First of all, make it make sense for the Saints at 9.5. I want to know how you look at that team, and that's what you come up with.
I think they're putting their faith in Derek Carr.
You mean the Raiders got rid of him?
So,
and you think that now because he has a black and gold jersey on instead of a black and silver jersey, he's a different person? Is that what you?
The Saints are a better run organization.
System here?
They're a better run organization better than the Raiders. The Saints are a better organization than the Raiders. That you can say that. They have better defense.
Unless David Blaine is the head coach of the New Orleans Saints and you've turned Derek Carr or David Carr into somebody new, then he's the same person he was with the best wide receiver in the NFL. You think that this dude is better with Michael Thomas? and let's not also remember he had Josh Jacobs, one of the best running backs in the NFL. So you think he is better with worse? Now, I'm not the best at mathematics, but that don't add up to me. Next. Where did the Lions come from with 9 wins?
They got what? 9 last year, right? They went 9-8.
I'm not there yet. You had a half a good season.
9 means mid.
Now
9 means you're mid. I mean, that's the closest to 500 you can get with an odd number. 9-8 or 8-9. So they're just saying that they're going to be mid.
I don't trust that. Let's also be real. Geno Smith, do you think you can put 2 seasons together? I hate to say it, but I don't think you can do it.
They got draft picks. They got draft picks. It all depends on the draft. What you're missing in this
Wait, hold on. Danny Dollars at 8.5. No.
They just paid him.
No. That thing is going to turn into a pumpkin. Commanders at 7.5. Who is your quarterback? Scam Howell. Just like Scam Darnold. Trash. LA, no. Green Bay, you don't even have a quarterback. Chicago, all you have is a quarterback. Panthers, their number 1 wide receiver, Adam Thielen. I'm going to tell you, if he's your number 1, you're slew. It's over.
Oh, they got so much to draft in Carolina.
A whole new world.
So I think what you're seeing on the right side is every team either has a quarterback that is unproven or a quarterback that's hurt. So the Washington Commanders don't have Sam Howell, unproven, basically no quarterback. The Rams, we don't know what's going on with Matthew Stafford. His whole body breaking down. Jordan Love, you don't know. Justin Fields.
No, you can't say
run.
Jordan Love. You want to know why? because they have not traded Aaron Rodgers yet. He's still a Green Bay Packer. How are you going to call somebody else y'all starting quarterback and the man that you pay $1 trillion is still on your team?
Well,
you can't even start till you finish.
Well, you assume that Aaron Rodgers is not going to be on the Packers because he said, I want to play for the Jets.
How long ago, Reggie?
3 weeks ago. The Panthers don't have a quarterback. The Falcons have an unproven quarterback. The Cardinals don't have a quarterback. Tampa Bay doesn't have a quarterback. And you have Justin Fields, who we've never really seen just throw the ball because he had nobody to throw the ball to. So everybody on the right side of the list at 7.5 is quarterback needy. Everybody on the left side either has a really, really good defense, which is the 49ers. They're the only ones that come over not having had a quarterback. But everything else is good on that team. Every position.
These quarterbacks on the left is tricky baggy.
But
it ain't nobody on the left I trust.
But they're better than the quarterbacks on the right.
It depends on the night. It depends on the team.
They're more proven than the quarterbacks on the right. That's where
who on the left is proven at quarterback. You know what? Matter of fact, the best quarterback over there has got to be either Dak or Kirk Cousins. Mid and mid.
Yeah, Derek Carr, but Jalen Hurts, all of them have played. Everybody else, we haven't really seen them play. We haven't seen them do
So the
that.
other part about this, how many games do they expect Kyler to miss? I can't imagine they expect him to win.
Kyler Murray's going to miss the whole season, I'm assuming.
No. Hell no. He's coming back. He just won't start the season.
Well.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, he'll be there this season.
Is expected to miss the start of the season as he rehabs ACL and meniscus. Well, they about to trade everybody anyway. So even at 5.5, that's about right.
They pay way too much for a quarterback that can't get you fired.
Woo! No, that's not fair. He tore his ACL and meniscus, dog. That's not fair. That's not fair.
He's going to play this season. He's going to play double-digit games this season. You don't think he can win you half of the games that he plays? You're paying him too much money if he can't win half of his games.
Did Aaron Rodgers make the playoffs?
Man, Aaron Rodgers had them people over a barrel for all the years. That's a bad deal. Just because somebody else got robbed don't mean I volunteer to get robbed too.
And Kyler Murray, who he gonna throw the ball to? They about to get rid of Hopkins.
Well, well, that's the issue. You didn't have Hopkins. You didn't have AJ Green. You didn't have Larry Fitzgerald.
AJ Green was in his last 2 years in the league. That ain't fair.
Okay, but you still had Fitz. You had Hopkins. You had what tight end did he have? Was that Dallas Goedert?
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz. You've had some players. They all don't want to play there. Kind of funny. People don't like to play with people who
That's
play
not
Oklahoma.
fair because we know that Cliff Kingsbury is also the head coach.
They got Cliff for you.
No. Kyler Murray didn't want Cliff. Cliff wanted Kyler Murray. They got Cliff. They got Cliff, and Cliff was like, I'm going to draft Kyler Murray. After they had already drafted Josh Rosen, #1 the year before.
Let me tell you one thing that you should have saw in the numbers. You had Cliff, Kingsbury, and Kyler. You add that up, you knew they had no business together in the first place.
See, now
maybe you get it, maybe
y'all
you don't.
talk about me getting us canceled. This mug just spelled out an organization for a black man. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm just saying the math don't add up. The anagrams do not add up.
We've come to the end of the Splashcast, episode 97. We're going to go ahead and cut that right now. We're going to not tote that line. We've talked about a lot. NCAA women's basketball is the second best basketball product behind the NBA out right now.
Play like a girl.
Play like a girl. We talked about the NFL. We talked about HBCU news. Shout out to Grant Hill and shout out to Jackson State healing up. And we also had the pregame. Y'all go back and listen to that. Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, man, take us out.
And I just want to shout out to the women's college basketball for giving us an excellent product that we all enjoyed watching all weekend. And that's all that I'm going to talk about that I saw all weekend. Number one, more black beaches and more black baseball. Number 2, more black cowboys and cowgirls. Number 3, the historically black college university that you went to, your cousin went to, your auntie went to, your mother went to. Send some money over there. The historically black college university in your neighborhood. The one that you go to for homecoming, step shows, tailgates, whatever it is. Send some money over there. And then finally, to the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University, the place that gave us our degrees. Send just $18.68 on behalf of the Splashcast. We support black schools, we support HBCUs, and we support you as well. We out of here. Thank you guys for rocking with us on Monday Night Raw.
Love y'all. Peace out. Y'all stay safe. ATL edition out tomorrow. Peace out.
This is the Splashcast weekly schedule. You can find us on Monday Night Raw. That is the Around the League edition where we cover all of the major leagues around the league. Tuesday is the ATL edition, Braves, Falcons, Hawks. Wednesday is when the playlist comes out. It's a Splashcast 24, 12, or 36 pack, just depending on the music. Thursday, for everybody who was not able to catch us live on Monday, they can catch up there on the Around the League edition. And then Saturday, of course, we bet beers for Saturday Morning Live. If you ever need to find us, we can be found at thesplashcast.com and, of course, via Instagram at thesplashcast.
I will be 3 sheets to the wind, then I repeat dumb shit again. Yo, they was vibing on psilocybin, Phil Collins or Phyllis Hyman. Criticized, but it's still a problem to get a rise from the threat of violence. That's a gateway like Ellis Island. We should take time smelling flowers at the baseline for the powers that be. I wonder what the hell is ours. May as well keep living lawless if I face charges regardless. I'm a race now from the margin, but somehow still a living target. Out of socket, out of darkness, out of pocket, out of office. Whoever thought to collect the orphan did never say shit about a coffin. All the tools that we had was hammers. That's exactly what we would brandish. Whole high waiting for the time we get a placebo instead of answers. I mean, they say black joy is rebellion. A happy black boy's like an alien. I see what ain't failed yet it's failing, so we adapt that of a chameleon. True advancement, who the champion that somehow smiles for the cameras with the strength found through the anthem. I'm somehow beautifully handsome. We too powerful for you to cancel. This is not a groove you could dance to.